Good afternoon, um, good evening, good morning to some, good night, good day, happy Monday to all. And some, maybe in Asia, happy Tuesday. We want to greet each and every one of you, and we would like to welcome you to the show. Welcome to today's edition. Welcome and welcome. We want to welcome each and every one of you to today's show and to today's edition. While you are joining us, please share the show. While you're joining us, please share the show. Invite someone. Today, we are going to be discussing the politics of Liberia as always. And as you can see the headlines or the topic, you would see what we are going to be discussing today. We are going to be focusing on zooming in on Lofa County. In the meantime, let's share the show. A lot to talk about Lofa County. We are going to be talking about the candidates. Now, the bigger question is, has Lofa County or is Lofa County a battleground? That needs to be discussed. And why has or did Lofa County turned into a battleground? We need to talk about these things. Some people want us to shy away from some conversations, but as you already know, here on SKTV, we do not shy away from any conversation. So let's share the show. Let's invite others. As the campaign is going on in Lofa, let's share the show. Let's invite others. And let's talk about what's going on in Lofa. Let's talk about what's going on in Lofa. Would also be, I see my friends here. Yvonne, Rose, what's up? It's been a while. I haven't spoken to Rose. I haven't spoken to the rest of the crew. Greet the girls for me, please. And it's good to have you back on in the politics. Yes, the campaign is going on. Stephen, the campaign is going on in Lofa. At some point, Sek will be joining us. I know Telvi has a tight schedule, work schedule. So I hope she's able to join us today. I know that anything that she let to talk about. Politics. She very hits to to get involved with politics. Sometimes we can beg her, we can talk to her for her to please come and give her input. So Telvi not let it pass. I tell you, this part of the movie, Telvi hits it. Telvi hits this part of the movie. But again, we want to congratulate Telvi on her win. We'll talk about Lofa. If Lofa is a battleground, we'll talk about why Lofa is a battleground. The conversation here today promises to be very Moses, thank you for being on. Well, Moses says Lofa is not a battleground. Okay, Moses, that's fine. I think about SKTV welcome every view. The only thing, if you don't state the facts, then we'll hold you up, we'll hold you there, and we'll move on. But on some serious note, we definitely want to talk about Lofa County. If Lofa County is a battleground, for those of you who agree, those of you who disagree, we'll talk about it. Why We think Lofa is a battleground while Lofa is in play, or someone was a free fall. A lot of things going on. A lot of things going on. We want to welcome our viewers and our listeners from across the world. Those of you in Canada, in Australia, in Asia, in Europe, in the Americas, here in different states, we say thank you for tuning in. Share the show, invite someone. Thank you so much for taking up your time. There is a lot going on. I also want to caution you ahead of time that we will probably, just keep in mind, we will probably be going back and forth and put you on brief breaks because something needs to happen here today. Um, and so we'll probably put you on some brief breaks, very brief. So as we hear the doorbell rings or it goes off, we have to put you on a brief commercial and run that quick. We want to give you quick heads up before that happens. Yes, we have to do that. We have to do that this afternoon. So today, it ain't easy. Ah, the elections in Lofa County, it's big and deeper than you think. We'll break it down to you. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about possible outcomes and chances. But to be honest, there is a lot going on. We did not want to miss the opportunity today to come on the show to talk about it. We did not. We did not want to miss the show. We wanted to make sure that we are here to have this conversation as we told you yesterday. So let's get ready up, guys. This is very, very interesting today. We'll get to other news. We want to recognize the Liberian people as the most important people on earth, as we will always say on here. We also want to recognize the Liberian women as the most beautiful women on earth. Like I said, there is a lot going on. There is a lot going on. And a lot is going on as we speak. Don't don't let nobody fool you. A lot is going on. Has Lofa County become a battleground? Uh, we'll talk about these things. But let's share the show. Help us to share the show. Help us to share the show. Um, hmm. We'll get to other news here in just a jiffy in few minutes. Play our music commercial and then share the show. But in the meantime, please help us to share the show. Um, as we go further, help us to share the show as we go further. Um, hmm, there's a lot going on. I can tell you that. I can tell you that for a fact that there is a lot going on. There's a lot of talking going on. There's a lot of mobilization going on. Uh, we have even been informed that Jefferson Koji is on his way, if not in Lofa now. The Lofa County thing is serious. So now what we can't do that they may busy the whole June month. That to them me I can't busy. Uh, There is a lot going on. We want to recognize all of the Liberian women, those that disagree with us, those that agree with us. You are the most beautiful women on earth. I don't care what who says or what says. You are. Lofa County. Oh, today my man, they all show will be noisy. Oh my god, my partner here, partner. I see my partner here. Happy. My partner left me in politics. She left me in the dancing. She finally show up today. Partner, what's up? Let me make that quick announcement quick before I get to other news here. I bet for those of you who don't know my partner, Masa Dopo, Mas Dopo on Facebook. I'm my partner there. Um, she not in politics. She left me in politics. We're working with Mas so that she can join us on mental health and wellness. Her schedule is very, very tight. That's why she left politics with me. Very busy. She has a lot going on, but we're working behind the scenes. We would really love to have her on to hear from her to get her perspective. Definitely is critically important. We'd like to hear from her. And Mas, we appreciate you. Congratulations. All of the good work you do. You make us proud. We love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. We, the Liberian people, love Mas Dopo because she is doing a phenomenal work. I follow her work. I might not comment, I might not say much, but I'm a partner. So I have to show support from the back. I will do whatever it takes to help improve Mas. Thank you. Congratulations to you. You do a good job. I'm very, very proud of you. I am proud of you. And we definitely look forward to having you on the show. We definitely look forward. Once we get a schedule, we'll let the public know when Mas will be appearing on the show with us, for us to have this conversation. I know she has a lot to offer. A lot, a lot, a lot. Interestingly, the first time I met Mas in person, after we talked on the phone for a while, um, I really thought she was shy, but when she was given a chance to talk, to do her own presentation that day, I said, "Oh, but Mas, I can talk." Oh." I was shocked. But since then, she became my partner. And don't ask me what kind of partner. Nobody should ask me that question because I've been for your leg gossip. Y'all go take it any way you want to take it and think about it. But that's my partner. That is my partner. I got two partners. One of my other partner, um, she and Master, they're very close. My other partner. But our other partner there, my chief partner. But anyways, let's move to other news really, really quick. Let's move to other news really quick. Oh, Mars, where you supposed to partner thing here for? Let the put be thinking what the thing is. But anyways, let's let's get to other news really, really quick here. In other news, there are a lot of things that are happening. Um, Brazil, Brazil bounce on all way, follow day again. Brazil bounce on. Brazil Mate follow day tattoo again for all. Brazil will not give your chance to be great. Yeah, Brazil, Brazil is breaking all their walls. Father, their war, but Brazil did something that is very interesting, and I want to bring it to your attention. Maybe some of you were a little younger or too young to understand what the president did, but this is not strange and it's not uncommon. I will say this to all of you. This is not strange. I want to bring this to your attention. I should have downloaded this to upload it. Uh, Credit to Archie P. William for taking us back on memory lane. Credit to Archie P. William. Um, Archie P. Williams, if you have the chance, follow him, or he brings all of these memories and history from back in the days. So this is what happened. Let me bring it to your attention. This is what happened in July, July of 2020 of 2001. July of 2001. That was right before September 11, the World Trade Center situation in America. But July of 2001, there was a news headline that came out on July 17, on that Tuesday. Listen to the news headline. The New Liberia. That was the newspaper, or however you want to call it. So this newspaper that day, volume 2, number 14. Remember now, President Joe, we are like number 14, right? So listen to what it reads. Listen to the new. President Taylor, Charles Taylor, President Taylor honored Father of the Year, 2001, 2002. Maybe you don't believe that. Let me show you the quick. I should have uploaded this thing so you can see it. I just display it to the public so you can see it. But that's exactly what happened. So history seemed to be repeating itself. That was right before President Taylor was asked to leave, to step down. President Taylor went ahead. I mean, it will look a little because of the light, but I think you can see it. So there it is. President Taylor was honored as Father of the Year in 2001. History is repeating itself. President Charles Taylor was honored as Father of the Year. President George Weah got honored as Father of the Year in his own church for Kiklon yesterday. Many people laughed with it. They thought it was a joke. They thought it was fun. Thought it was entertaining or whatever it is. But as we follow, we started to keep up with history and other things that are going on. And we come to realize that this has happened before. This is not the first time it has happened. It has happened before. And I was quite astonished. I was a little confused about it. But again, some people don't record history. They don't pay attention to history. So guess what? History is bound to repeat itself. You make the same mistakes. So yeah, so President George Weah, in other news, yesterday, and people think it's a joke. But let me be honest to you. I don't blame President George Weah. I blame the Christian religion for this madness that's going on in our religion. I blame them. So good for him, good for them. Let them keep fooling around. I've always openly said it here, and I'll continue to say it. Why you think President George Weah can carry this foolishness to the Muslim religion? He knows better. He knows. He knows better not to fool around with certain people or their religion. He knows. You can say in Labrador Jack John, but Jack not fool. So he knows better. But in other news here, somebody called me for the other news last night. I laughed when I read about it. And two of y'all are one medic and one caretaker. The men said they can't go by that bro yet. That's king. The men give it. When they went with the team. The men give it. The men hang. The men hang when they went with the team. The men said they're not coming back. They ain't on that thing. The men said they're not on that level with nobody. They're not about that life. They like bring people on their own. They're not coming back. So the men MIA. Child, the girl devil was missing in Dubai up until now. We're still looking for that devil. Like, hey. So Sekou will be joining us very soon. In other news also, very interesting. I must point this out to you. Vice President Joseph Yuma Bwaga was caught sleeping right-handed again. This is embarrassing. This is ridiculous. It's unbecoming. The Vice President, you don't need to decide. You got a thing here now. It's not easy. Vice President Joseph Newman Boaga was caught sleeping right-handed. Now, I don't know. I see people trying to spin it. Oh, the people were closing. I just forget about that foolishness. Nobody's stupid here. You'll stop that. You ain't gonna try to make all of those stupid. You'll stop it. If the man was sleeping, the man was sleeping. It is what it is. There's record and pattern of the president sleeping, of the vice president sleeping, and that's just not acceptable. Can't be sleeping on the job. All of us in the US and other places know once you start to sleep on the job, that's a room for dismissal. Somebody saying it's sleeping a crime. Yeah, sleeping is a crime when you're on a job. Don't be foolish. Sleeping is a crime when you're on a job. You can get fired for it. Man, see that song. Yes, sleeping is a crime on a job when you're on a job and you're caught sleeping, you get fired immediately because that's not what you're paid for. So you'll stop this nonsense. You'll carry that foolishness somewhere else. We're not going to tolerate it. We'll point it out as it is. And we'll not defend stupidness. It's unacceptable. Joe, we are Dan Buka. You'll pass around, you'll make a bunch of foolishness about it. You're the same people sharing the video that he dancing Buka. I don't know which one's stupid or which one foolish. You're who's sharing it or the person who's doing the Buka because you're promoting the same thing that you're saying you're against. Like, what kind of people we're dealing with? So sleeping on the job is unacceptable. Yes. Sleeping on a job is unacceptable. You can choose to support, JMB, that's fine, that's your right. There's nothing wrong with it. Constitutionally, you're entitled to support who you want to support. But sleeping on a job is unacceptable. And if someone wants to challenge it, you can get fired for sleeping on your job. So sleeping on a job is unacceptable. Keep the woman awake or tell him to be awake and do his job. Simple. That's all we're saying. So you know what I knew? You got caught sleeping on the job. I hope the United Party partisans will rally up because I believe they will be in their feelings today. They will. You can rest assured. You can rest assured because when we get into the conversation here today, it will get real. When we started rolling, and start jittering, we will get on the roll because we pointed out that the Papa was sleeping again at Sunday. We're not crazy. Okay, well, we don't insult on here. Patrick or whatever your name is, you will go for safekeeping. Since you don't know how to write or you don't know how to speak English, we have a good day. Sleeping on the job can get you fired. Simple. It's easy, nothing wrong with that. So we'll say as it is. It goes to everybody. It goes to anybody. It's not restricted to Joseph Boakai. Anybody that sleeps on a job is not a good thing. Simple. That's nothing bad. That's just the fact of the matter. So the Papa was sleeping on the job. Yeah, my sister Ellen, when the president danced Buka, we couldn't hear in our ear. Oh, the man dancing Buka, the man is irresponsible, the man is like this, the man like that. Fine. NCD just took the shot. But when we point out where Joseph Boakai was sleeping again, then you'll get vet. That things are on that level, eh? We on that level. We're on that level. Sleeping on a job is unacceptable. So whatever we start now, we want to make sure that we get it right and we'll get it moving. There's the vice president's on record of sleeping on a job when he was vice president more than once. He's on record for that. We're not going to carry that. No, they're not 2017 yet. So when he starts sleeping on function, more likely so he will sleep on a job. And we don't want that. So that's part of the other news. And we like I said, we talk about certain things. We talk about what matters to the Liberian people and what the fact is. We have been following a lot of things that's going on in Lofa County. We have been following a lot of the things that's going on in Lofa County. And some of it has turned into more like provocation, violence. We want to use this means to say, hey, constitutionally go campaign, please. Go do your thing. Let everybody go campaign. Let the best candidate win. But you please don't turn anything into violence. Please. 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 You don't turn anything into attacks. This is politics. Everybody will not support one person. Everybody will have a side. Let's just respect each other's side. Simple as that. Simple put. Let's respect each other's side. Let's be respectful. Let's make the case to the people and let the people decide who they want. That's just as simple as drinking water. Just make your case. Stick with the issues, make your case. Or this attack on this person, the person attack on that person, it takes away. It leads to violence. People can get hurt and so forth. It's not a good thing, guys. And those of you who are supporters, of these different media outlets or group, take heed and pay keen attention, please. Don't get caught up. Let's get to the musical break as we share the show, and we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Sonada Diabo. I'm glad with the great opportunity given me to introduce to you your president.
Babu want to become president. Uskiro want to become president. Poppy Dossa want to become president. Christian man you see want to become president. Mr. Krede want to become president. Mr. Lala man want to become president. President you will see you. Mr. Roro want to become president. Jego. Now how the president business will be. We're suffering for some more. Mr. Lala want to become president. President you see want to become president. Mr. John President. It can't be one angry. Let me tell you something. When they won't become president with Lala, they will come and say, as the president of the Republic of Liberia, I thank you people for introducing me as the president. Power invests in me as the president of the Republic of Liberia. I want to make sure I will bring the rest press down. I'm going to pull all the fear press down. I'm going to bring the gasoline press down. Kalolo want to become president. You know he's you want to tell me say president wait? Tell money eat up become president? Trust take up become president? And now he say, Liberia will support you. When they give president to them, they will stand and say, I'm Mason. I will bring down Moldova and bear you new Moldova. I'm going to make sure I'm not going to steal the government money. I'm going to make sure 7-7 get their back pay. I'm the president going to make sure that the AFL going to be paid in 2 weeks. I'm going to make sure the students going to get 12 buses. I'm going to make sure for the little children they say, I'm going to buy two plastic bags for them to poop inside. Yeah. Babu, you see, want to become president. Mr. President want to become president. Mr. Dongo want to become president. Lala want to become president. Children rape Lofa want to become president. Inu isi usofri Liberia. Listen to the speech. As the president of the Republic of Liberia, I'm going to make sure I'm going to electrify the city into 1 day time. As the president of the Republic, I'm going to dry the whole of the sea and pay you people extra daily. And things go bad. Republic of West Wind going to be an estate. Mr. President, become president. Mr. Lala want to become president. Mr. Ruru want to become president. Mr. Dr. Job want to become president. Mr. Kenju May want to become president. Mr. Ripasa want to become president. Mosquito want to become president. The Crazy Caesar want to become president. To everyone want to become president. And you now when you want to become president. Yeah. Please come, let we see them will become president.
Virginia, don't cry by yet. The president said, "Been in a worry, my ear." Me, I got one question to how will be president. But wait now, how can you become president? Nobody know you. How do you become president? How will you become president? Hey, free folk man now want to become president. All the self jacket they want to become president. You gapping here, then you won't become president. Nobody know you, then you say you won't become president. Nobody can say infinity here, you won't become president. My brother, you can't become president. Taking as Apollo, you come to Liberia, you say you won't become president. No, you can't become president. You don't even have how you become president. You don't even know your dollar, you won't become president. You cannot even speak your own tongue, you won't become president. I don't know why you get ready to say you won't become president. Nobody even know you, you won't become president. Nobody share money, eat your want to become president. Okay, wait, plenty of people become.
Okay, a lot of people want to be president. Let's recognize one or two people really quick here while Mr. Connor is getting set up to join us so that we can kickstart the show really quick. Let's recognize you so that we can show you some respect. Yvonne, welcome to the show. Rose, welcome to the show. Like I said, it's been a while. Rose will connect here very soon. Stephen, welcome to the show. Bertha, welcome to the show. Moses, welcome to the show. Stephen H. Kroma, welcome to the show. Siata, welcome to the show. President Monk, welcome to the show. Mas, welcome to the show. Is that Dyson? Welcome to the show. Let's move on. They Justino Beverly, the person that get Beverly near Justino, welcome to the show. You need to get Beverly Padibo name back. Okay. Ellen, welcome to the show. Is that Cecile Colley? Cecile Colley, welcome to the show. Christopher, welcome to the show. Regina, welcome to the show. D, welcome to the show. Napoleon, welcome to the show. Let's see. Mansiata Song, welcome to the show. Kim, welcome to the show. Samuel, welcome to the show. Rita, welcome to the show. Christopher, welcome to the show. Ramsey, welcome to the show. God is my hero. Welcome to the show. Jack and T, welcome to the show. Jack and T will be joining us this Friday for mental health and wellness, please. And we're in talk with Masa Dopo, like we said earlier on, to be, and also some other people. Margaret, welcome to the show. Sam, welcome to the show. Elizabeth, welcome to the show. Hey to you. Okay. Sebu Kane, welcome to the show. Aura, welcome to the show. Mr. Kane, me go on and quick so I can turn it over to you. Quick. Without hearing you.
Yeah, I was muted. I said, call about it. You can. I'm not in a hurry. I was just trying to send the link to the guy in Lofa.
Oh, okay. Deacon Albert, welcome to the show. Fire, welcome to the show. Papito, welcome to the show. Michael, welcome to the show. I hope I'm not skipping anyone. I don't want to get in trouble here. Fumba, welcome to the show. James Tanu, welcome to the show. Ansu, welcome to the show. Let me make sure. Andrew, welcome to the show. Real Access Pro. My man, what's up, my man? It's been a minute, bro. I see you on the show for a minute. I ain't even get in touch with you for a minute, bro. Good to see you, my man. Anita, welcome to the show. Is that Ivana? Welcome to the show. Tan, welcome to the show. Let's go back down really quick. Ben, welcome to the show. James S. Good Day Flomo, welcome to the show. And then Asu is watching us from China. Welcome to the show, my man. Who else did I miss? I hope I didn't. Mustafa, welcome to the show. Making sure. Poker Robert, welcome to the show, my man. Who else? Okay. I think so far, unless you've written and we didn't get it. David, welcome to the show. We'll keep writing. I'll finish everything. Will finish.
Steve, somebody say I'll probably show you will not welcome me. Okay. You welcome me, but hey
David, welcome to the show.
Somebody I just want to recognize somebody here. One of my favorite journalists in Liberia, James Goode Flomo. Sometimes he can be really funny. I like his reporting, but sometimes he will just talk some trash. He just throw on the people and run away. They can cause him to say all kind of things, but he will not come back to say anything. Yeah, James, welcome. Yeah.
Solomon, welcome to the show. Sekuba, welcome to the show. Mohammed, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Abbas, welcome to the show. Everybody's writing to the show today. By Burden One, welcome to the show from Cedar Rapids. Oh, he says yes. Everybody, welcome to the show. Everybody, welcome to the show.
I think we can start the conversation now, because you're not going to get everybody. We got a lot of people here.
Yeah, and they keep ready. They Joseph Kondo guy. They got been gone for. Same we talk about that time for the collect the small thing. Joseph Kondo left all his winner with it. I will export Joseph Kondo.
No, Joseph Kondo, there is a regular mail. You are always here.
The man been gone for the man took 6 months sabbatical.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that particular Joseph Kondo man. I just see the man if you just popping. Jackson, welcome to the show. Levy Thompson, welcome to the show. Ahmed, welcome to the show. There's a Facebook user that said it from Sufas in the building. Sufas in the building. We can see your name, sorry. Welcome to the show. Steve, welcome to the show. Oh God, Fidel Joe, welcome to the show. Fidel,
look at my own boy Steve Cromer from France saying that I forgot about him. How would I forget about my brother? Those are the people that we started this show together when we had 20 people watching. So I can never forget about you. And besides, like my own brother, man. No way. I just busy, man. Imagine I was just sleeping. I was even late. You know? I was even late to come on the show. You may know now. Because I only got 2 hours sleep today. From yesterday. So, yeah, Steve. You know what? We got to start a conversation. It's very, very
Yes,
important.
let's get into it, please.
Yeah.
I turn the show back over to
Yeah,
please, Eric.
because
I turn it over back to you, Mr. Kanye.
no problem. Thank you very, very much. First of all, I want to say I want to apologize for coming late, but as always, it's better late than never. Okay. It seems like Abraham is here because somebody wrote from SKTV saying I'm watching. I believe it's Abraham. Abraham, if it's you, please go ahead. Oh, I didn't send a link to Abraham.
I don't think so.
I thought I did. Yeah, no, I did, man. The thing. Oh, I put it here, but I didn't click send. Okay, now he got it. Oh man, I apologize.
I figured something was
Yeah,
not.
sorry. So,
something
folks,
was not right.
once again, I want to say thank you to all of you for following, for watching, and if you haven't shared the show, please go ahead and do so. Some of you that a big problem I got with some of you can't share the show. Yeah, then when you can't, you don't want to start the show right away, you can't share the show. And you know, we not got thousands and thousands of people watching, or we not got, hundreds of people watching us, and some of you, you know, when you share that, time we can even get out. Sometimes when you refuse to share, it can be hard. We can see it. Yeah. And we're not from, we're not from China, we're not from India, we're from right here in Phoenix. So we not get all our people watching. And sometimes some Indian people they call Ben Sanvi and Jim Jigude Flomo can come. But besides that, no Indian person can come here. Yes, first I want to say thank you to all of you. I think Abraham is here. Abraham Colley is our reporter currently covering Lofa County. He's not going to be here for a long time, but we want to say thank you to all of you. Again, please go ahead and share the show. We really, really um, appreciate your coming.
Mr. Kanye, somebody recommended I try to see haircut that you got. What do you think?
Huh? they Gibson person got problem. You say we must start doing what the other person can do. You think we got money for that? You can afford it. The way your ANC put the stingy like that.
Margaret, I already said it. So
I'm sorry. I got a lot of friends in ANC, so I take it back.
I
I take
intended
it
to.
back, but that one part, I ain't got money for that one.
I intended to cut my hair, but the recommendation is I should cut my hair like yours. What do
Hey,
you-
no, don't do it like me. My own,
Okay.
my own, I can't call him my own that's Sabu. Straight. Sabu, because Sabu, he says that you think it's like can't lick it. It can be shining like mother father. I said mother father, when I say the other one, I said mother father. Yeah, I can't pronounce the F word. I can only say mother father. So my own hair can be shining. So Steve, when I go, my chin and young boy, me and Papi. So Steve, when I go, here, me.
Okay.
Abraham, if you're still there, give me your hand so that way you don't want to be walking around.
I think you're ready.
Okay, I think Abraham is ready. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Levi Tonsi say, I don't know, Levi Tonsi said it or Letitia Bro said it that is FCDC and also opposition terrorists there. But the opposition terrorists there, they can't terrorize with ammo. They can when they can terrorize people with their BB, words. So let me bring Abraham on. Abraham, how are you, sir?
I'm okay, Chief, and it's a pleasure.
My man, you shining Lofa, oh? But
Yeah.
anyway, so briefly, we are about to start this conversation, but since we are in Lofa, and I'm even glad that you are, you have, good signal like this. Yeah, we are very, very happy that you are, you are here. And I want to first of all start by telling you thank you because I said to tell you to go to Lofa right away. You say, gee, no problem, I will go. I'm
Yeah.
very, very happy, that you made it and you've been covering all the debate. I saw one video you posted. I don't even know, but you are in somebody. Are you an interviewer? You guys were interviewing the honorable Miami Fofana.
Yes.
I was like, I saw 13,000 views. I said, well, when this happened? I didn't even know. Yeah, but you did a great job. Thank you very much. So, what is the update right now, and when when the campaign stop and when is the election? Give us update as to what's going on right now in Lofa.
Thank you very much. And let me say good morning, good afternoon to our viewers, good evening, despite your location. And it's good to be back on SKTV. And in Foya, currently we were at Vahun district, and we passed through Mazambola when currently in Foya. And the campaign actually came to an end 12 midnight last evening on Sunday. And on today, no campaign activities. Lofa is quiet. The joint security were being sent to beef up the security strength in terms of guiding the process so that the issue of electoral violence can be abolished. And Lofa is kind, is quiet. Like I said, citizens are sitting quietly and waiting on tomorrow so that they can go to the pool and elect their next senator.
So, from your experience, how is the momentum? You think you think how the turnout going to be like?
Well, the turn are going to be huge because, you know, during the debate, the message were already sent out by those various candidates who participated during the process. Despite there were some who declined and some who didn't attend all the three sessions, and few of the candidates also attended the three sessions, and the message went. They sent up that message across, and people buy into it. Those who uh, we refer to as their supporters or people who are going the same direction they are seeing, follow their message, and they are in gear tomorrow at 6 a.m. up to 6 in the evening to elect their new senator. So as we speak for now, Lofa is kind, is cool. The police, immigration, the armed forces, the many arm are also they were also deployed from Monrovia. I mean, some part of Bon County people came just to pick up the security strength so that tomorrow process can be peaceful, transparent, fair enough to Liberian citizens.
So, briefly before maybe Steve, we have a question for you, but um, you cover pretty much you cover all the debate, correct?
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
So walk me through, man, from the first debate to the third one. Was it three debates?
Yeah, three debate.
Okay,
Vonjama
go
is
ahead,
also.
walk our viewer through as to what really happened in the three debates, if you can.
Well, the three debate. The first debate was only attended by two candidates, which is the lone female senatorial hopeful Representative Mariam Bien Fofana, and independent candidate, and also Mr. Saros, Momotano Kwali Saros, an independent candidate as well. They were the two who attended the first debate in Vonjama, and overwhelmingly, I can say for free on this platform, the sitting lawmaker of District Number 4 did extremely well, where she provide issues, make the people to understand that Lofa County deserve a leader who is practical, a leader who is not, theoretical and so forth. So people buy into it, like I said. And Sarah's two argument was a bank issue, 6 months time, promising that in 6 months time he's going to pave the Banga to Common Highway. I mean, road in 6 months time. If elected, the issue of commercial bank going to be, going to be reintroduced, like he said. And then the issue of the bank brought concern from several citizens. If you are not banking with the bank, how would the bank sustain? If businesses, business or entrepreneurs are not in the country, people are not investing, how can the bank sustain? Will you just be withdrawing from the bank and not depositing? With the bank stay? So there were lots of questions that came, and they were able to handle them. But all on the average, people commended Representative Maimon being Fofana for her expose, for clearly providing the kind of information that people needed. And the phase two in Foya, she also defeated her opponents again. Wow, where she came up, people were like
I mean,
hawking her.
how many people participated in the phase two?
Phase two, you get the candidate that's been that is supported by the CDC Councilor Jara, Joseph Pato Jara, who publicly informed the people of Lofa that he's going to represent a three district, meaning lower Lofa, because he's a candidate from lower Lofa. He's going to represent Foya, Kolahun, and Vahun as a senator if he's elected, because he feels this what that's where he's coming from. So he's going to focus on them like the other people. So it's a message, and when he said that, people says, it's divisive politics preaching right there. He's being segmental in the process. So they didn't buy into. I mean, they didn't. I mean, they are not going his way because he has already divided. He have already openly admitted that if they gave him a chance to lead them, he's going to take the leadership down to the lower side and focus on them, forgetting the upper side. That the people residing in the upper region need to also benefit from. A development and opportunities empowerment program as well. So they also felt frustrated. And like I said, in that debate hall, there were three participants: the representative of district number 4 and the Doom female candidate, independent candidate as well. Momotani Corny Cyrus, another independent candidate, including the candidate that's been supported by the CDC, Councillor Jala. And after that debate, the whole got wild.
Hey, I'm on the show, okay? You guys stop playing on the phone. I don't want to hear that nonsense anymore.
Embrace the current lawmaker of district number 4 for, providing them the same information, making them understand, taking leadership to them, and so that they can make her as their next senator. So, and in Zozo, where the full person also participated, she also, dominated the process. She was also almost like people were like commending her, both the
I
lower,
mean,
upper, and upper.
you're talking good about this. Why? But
No, see, people,
nobody.
man said,
Listen now,
man
listen.
said,
Because nobody
yeah,
mentioning her. Everything we hear, CDC candidate and then UP candidate. So now
no.
you want to be on there. You mentioning her
I,
a lot.
I'm telling you, for
So
this.
let me ask you now. You think we could see a surprise?
Yeah, because for me, when I actually entered Lofa, I was like doubting, like you said. But from the first phase of the debate in Vonyama, I started to gain the momentum. We went against Zozo. Foya, it increased, and in Zozo, it went higher. So I was like, wow. People said, the females not doing nothing, but what I'm seeing is surprising me. And everywhere
Do you have a
she
question
went,
for him?
So I know you have
Steve,
spoken
Steve,
about.
Steve you low.
You're very low. Can you hear me?
yeah, I'm hearing you.
Suku, can you hear me now?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're good. You're good now. Yeah, you see now your line is frozen again. All right, Abraham. Okay.
Are we
I'm
good?
going. I'm going. My phone is running down the current, so just ask the question
Yeah,
quick. I'll be back.
yeah.
So quickly, what is your take on the other two candidates apart from the female candidate? What would you say?
So if I'm comparing the two candidates, maybe I could say the independent candidate Momo Tano Kwalisa may come second.
The man phone is gone. Yeah. So well, it was good hearing from him. So let's get back to the issue. So Steve, speaking of the team Lofa, I want to ask you the CDC candidate that you just mentioned. He said that the CDC candidate, talk about. I think I watched a part of that debate where he said, before I can be, if I be senator for the entire Lofa, I want to be senator of these three major states first, in the, I don't know, in the lower Lofa, something like that. He kind of like tried to, say that where he was at that day on that particular time, he said that those are the area that you're going to be senator for first before the entire part of Lofa County. That was something like somebody didn't like. However, I want to ask you, Steve.
Mhm.
You think, given what the CDC has put into this election, I'm not going to go to my Fofana for now because I want to really focus on the CDC and the Unity Party, because Unity Party is expected to win massively because of what we saw the other day. We saw uh, the former vice president, also Mr. Bernie Samuka, and the rest of the people campaigning together.
Mhm.
So that kind of make a lot of people feel like, well, maybe even people who are angry or who were somehow disenfranchised about what happened to Bernie Samuka could see Bernie Samuka and stay vote. However, CDC have invested a lot in Lofa since the last election in Montserrat. Specifically, Thomas Fala and all the other guys in the CDC have invested a lot. You think the government could, or the CDC government can pull this out too? It's
Well,
possible.
first of all, I want to say thank you. I want to dispel this notion that um, this is a walk in the park for anybody, whether it's Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai in the United Party or the CDC, as evidenced by that, or even current Representative Moyamu Fofana, who has been around for a while, as evidenced by that, from the Unity Party side, who is widely spread that they're in charge of Lofa, Lofa is for them, and so forth. Uh, if Lofa was truly for one group of people or for the vice president, as opposed to what we saw in 2020, 2017's election, is Lofa were truly for them, there will be no need for Senator Dillon, Senator Borchard, Senator Representative Yeke Koluba, and others, or other Liberians from Monrovia, to come to Lofa Canada to do this push. There will be no need for that. But also, as evidenced by that, also, there will be no need for the CDC to be also falling in Lofa. As we speak, just before I came on the show, we got a couple of reports that Jefferson Koji, and that's going to be corrected, it's probably in Lofa as we speak for the last push. So you see it. So that means no one owns the ground. It has become a battleground. Let's nobody wrong with that myth that, Lofa is for this group of people. No. This is not 2017. The paradigm has shifted. Things has happened, and things have changed. So everybody is getting the run for the money. This is a plain feed. So just before I get to also your question, would also have to take into consideration both men. Both men that are running. We also have to take into consideration both men have connections to the ground. Both men are sons of the soil. Whether it's Kotima or Councillor Jala, both of them have connections to the ground. Both of them, are well known in Lofa. So it's not one name over the other. It's not Bernie Samoka versus other people like we saw in the Vice senatorial election in 2020. This is a total different case. So I want to be clear here today. This is a difficult call. Let me say it. It's a difficult call.
I don't know. For some reason, your internet is now.
Let me log off and log back in. Let me log off and log back in.
Yeah, please go off and come back.
Yes, I think that would look good.
So so what I was saying actually, if Mayam Fofana wins, it will be a big surprise. If the CDC candidate win, it will be a surprise. But if the UP candidate wins, it's not a big deal for me because that is expected. UP being the only candidate won by Ambassador Bakai in 2017 second round, and with a massive win in 2020 with Bernie Samuka, I would not be surprised if the UP win. But even if the margin is close with a win for the UP, even if the margin is close, that would mean something in Lofa. So Steve is back. Steve, for some reason, I don't know if your thing is. Can you hear me? It's just
yes,
like
I'm hearing.
the image is not too clear, but if we can hear you clearly with no problem, then that will be okay. So yes, I was asking you, Steve, the possibility if somebody else can win, if somebody else can win other than the UP candidate, that would be a surprise, a big surprise. But I ask you, based on the level of investment of the CDC, you think they can pull this out?
So Mr. Penn, those are two good questions because there are two questions in one you just asked. So let's go back to the first one. If anybody can win, remember my opening statement, my initial statement was, this is a free fall for everyone. Everyone has, in my honest view, as we speak, a playing field here to make the case. And also, we have to record that right after the CPP or the opposition won, right after the CPP or the opposition won, you have to, the most recent election that we had, which was the seats for the representative, it was all independent candidates that won. All independent candidates. So that tells you and I that the Liberian people, by then, did not trust the Unity Party, the Liberty Party, the ANC, the CDC, the ALP, or so forth. They did not want to align with them. They wanted neutral people. They wanted different people. So I wouldn't be shocked. It wouldn't be surprising to me if they were to go that route, to say we want to get an independent candidate. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I would not be surprised. But let's come to the investment of the CDC. Let me say this. There are two things at play here. Three things. The first scenario here is we'll have to give credit where credit is due to the CDC. Upon losing in Montserrat, where Thomas Fala was overwhelmingly flogged by the CPP, let's get it clear, by the CPP, Thomas Fala and the CDC shifted their gears and went to Lofa. Before Thomas Fala could have even gone to Lofa, Jefferson Koji and other people from the CDC started to do some massive work in Lofa, such as they orchestrated a solidarity group, a very strong group, that helped Lofa County win the National County Meet Tournament for the very first time in our history. We saw the unity in Lofa. You see, let's be honest. I don't support the CDC-led government, but credit must be given to what it is. So these guys have been working in Lofa long before. The question now is, where you say, will this yield dividend, will this benefit them? Can they reap the fruit now? After that, two years or maybe 1 year and a half ago, Thomas Fala shifted his entire focus from Montserrat to Lofa. It was even speculated that he would probably run in Lofa when they had a battle with what the guy mean. Bernie Samuka was going on and he was not going to be seated. Many thought it was Thomas Fala who would have ran on a CDC ticket over there. Get Thomas Fala focused to do the work there. So this is a potential seed that was sown that these guys could reap from, as opposed to other candidates or maybe other parties who sat comfortably and waited for the last minute, thinking with an entitlement mentality that they would come and overtake or overshadow. So this puts Lofa at play. But let me be honest, if other people who thought or who claimed that they have monopoly over Lofa County would have done their homework preliminarily from the beginning, maybe we wouldn't be talking about Lofa being in play. We wouldn't even be talking about it. So all of these things have consequences.
Okay. So yes, another thing that I wanted you to elaborate on is that, assuming that CDC wins, I'm just saying, what would that mean for the Unity Party, and what message would that send to the Liberian people and everybody involved in politics should the CDC win this election?
I want to say this emphatically clear here, that the CDC is in this to win. If anybody takes the CDC for granted on this one, you'll be sleeping. Don't sleep on these guys. The CDC is in it to win because they've done some hard work in Lofa County. They've invested. Don't get me wrong. I don't support the CDC-led government, but the CDC has invested so much, and the CDC is ready to win this. Now, the reason I'm saying this is this. Mind you, this particular Lofa County noise is personal to Thomas Fala. The reason it's personal to Thomas Fala is Thomas Fala has to redeem his image after he was flogged in Montserrat. You really think after all the investment these guys have done, they're just going to sit on the side after they've denied Brendan Samukai to sit as a senator? Do you really think these guys are in it to lose? No, these guys are not in it to lose. I will come to your question, but I want to lay this basis because people think this is a walk in the park. This is not a walk in the park. This is not a hit for anyone. It's not a hit for any party, but these are facts. So Thomas Fala wouldn't want to be disgraced the second time after all his investment. The CDC would not want to be disgraced the second time. So for me, in my honest view, or in my view, I would say this will be a redemptive movement for the CDC. Should they win, it will be a redemptive movement for the CDC. But not only that, it would show that the CDC not only won 14 of the counties. Now, all of the things the CDC have done over the past years, focusing on Lofa County to some extent, the CDC is yielding dividend. This will be a serious trouble, not only for the Unity Party, but for the opposition come 2023 at large. Because the CDC will be sending a strong message to listen. We have gone into your territory. The only country you won as opposition. We have gone there, destabilized it, inserted ourselves. Now, the fight is on come 2023. So this particular race, people are joking with the Lofa County thing, but should the CDC win this thing, it will give a total turnaround. It will give a serious momentum and a boost to the CDC. It would. And it will rejuvenate the spirit of even though they have noise amongst them, but it will rejuvenate the spirit of the CDC and some of the partisans to see hope in 2023, to see it from distance. So for the CDC, the Lofa County thing that other people playing with and feeling comfortable with, it's not what you think. As evidenced by that, Joseph Yuma Braga also signaled us. He signaled us. Let me tell you something. Let me say this to the public. Vice President Joseph Yuma Braga has been around politics for a very long time. He speaks in code just like the CDC will speak in code. Let me give you an example. Nobody comes from winning a case at the Supreme Court level and not jubilate. The neck was below the Supreme Court decision, below it. So that means the CDC, the Unity Party, by extension, defeated the neck. But Joseph Yuma Braga and the Unity Party pinpointed the discredit of neck before the election. Why did they insert that particular part into the conversation when they should have used that moment as a momentum to create this avenue or to reassure the neck that they're going to work with them, rather than discredited them? There were two things that were going on. Just like Yuma Braga spoke in code. The first part of that code was, guys, should we lose the election, we'll blame the neck. The second part of that code also was, we know what's at hand. We know what the fight is. As evidenced by that, they have rallied troops. They have rallied people to go to Lofa County to make noise. Let me say this to the Liberian people. Most of the people you see in Lofa County that are from Montserrat, they're not going to vote. They're just making noise. The Lofians will make that decisions.
So, you talk about the CDC.
Yes.
So that means, you say CDC, they invested a lot. Thomas Fala being in Lofa County throughout since he lost the election and the rest of it. So does that mean CDC can win by hook, by crook, by any means possible?
Most definitely so. The CDC will do everything they can to win. Everything and anything to win this election in Lofa County. Remember now, it's about rebranding. Remember now, it's about rejuvenating and getting momentum. So this is not a joking thing. This is not a joking thing. People are taking this for a joke. People think that this is just a walk in the park. This is not a joking thing. I'm saying it again. The CDC will do anything and everything to win Lofa County. Do not overlook and honor.
So that mean would that prove Ambassador Baka right to say he doesn't trust the Election Commission?
Well, if that is the case to say,
if that's the case,
well, if that is the case to say,
that means Ambassador Baka will be right, correct?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
How?
If that is the case to say Ambassador Boakai based on his statement would mean that the CDC rigged the election in Lofa County. Then I will say to Ambassador Boakai and the Unity Party, I will say to them, why did they set themselves up to even go into the election when they knew that election was going to be rigged from the beginning? Why? So that tells me they have a judgment problem. They have a judgment problem. Because if they knew that this thing is already set up for certain people to win, why go there? Why not abstain from the process? Why go there and get it rigged when you have invested resources and other things? What I'm trying to say is Ambassador Boakai was sending a code to the public that should they lose the election, they have an alibi. Instead of taking it and saying we lose it, they have an alibi. Yes, CDC will do everything and anything. The same thing with Unity Party. They're doing everything and anything to be able to win the election. That does not necessarily mean that NEC would play a role to say they will do it in the favor of the one. Let me be clear on this thing, Mr. Kane, because this is where I have problems with most of the parties in Liberia and the politicians. When the Supreme Court rules in their favor, the Supreme Court is good.
Yeah.
When the Supreme Court rules against them, the Supreme Court is bad. But how can Ambassador Boakai, I'm not saying Ambassador Boakai, I don't call him Ambassador Boakai, I call him Vice President because
I'll call Ambassador Boakai.
This is the most recent position he's held. So I will call him by the most recent position. Okay. Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai. Let me say this. How can you come from such a momentous win from the CPP, wherein your candidate even won for the Unity Party, and yet you still discredit this same group of people? You came from a momentous win. Let's get it clear. The CPP won 2020 senatorial by-election and flogged the CDC. So how can we today say the same NEC automatically will start criticizing the NEC before they even get to the game? Why is that though? So these are codes, these are messages.
So assuming that, first of all, let me ask this question. The CDC candidate it's not like registered CDC, but CDC but Kennedy.
Yes, they endorsed him.
And Honorable Mayam Fofana.
Mm-hmm.
The both of them, assuming that the vote is close, then who really will be taking vote from who? You think Mayam Fofana will be the one taking vote from the CDC candidate, or the CDC candidate will be taking vote from him, from her, or vice versa? If CDC candidate win, does that mean Mayam Fofana too will be taking some vote from the Unity Party candidate or something like that? Who, let's say, let's put in the three people, three-person race.
Mm-hmm.
Who will you consider here as a spoiler?
I would consider Mayam Fofana as a spoiler.
Okay.
And I think spoiler.
And you think who she can potentially take vote from?
So
the candidate or the Unity Party candidate?
So spoiler in a good context in this one, because it could more likely to benefit her. It could more likely to benefit her very bigly, like Donald Trump would say. So she would be taking votes from both ends, which could benefit her in the end. Now, mind you, the most recent election, we can refer to it because it was independent candidate who won. Councillor Jala was independent until April 29th, when around April 29th, April 30th, when the CDC officially endorsed him.
But he's still an independent, correct?
Most definitely so. On the paper, he's independent. But the fact that CDC endorsed him, you know the gullibility in the politics of Liberia. People will automatically tag him or assume that he's CDC candidate or whatever it is. That's why we're even attributing the CDC work that they've done to him here today because of that, because of the open endorsement. So as compared to Mayam Fofana will take from both ends. And again, this could benefit her bigly. Now, the reason she will take from both ends is the fact that not only that she's new around the area, but there are some people that will say, I don't want to vote for Councillor Jala. The reason I don't want to vote for him because of the CDC label that on him. Guess what? They'll be looking for options. Who will be the next option? Okay, Mayam Fofana has been around. She's ran in so many different, in the senatorial elections, and maybe once or twice. Let's give her a chance. Great, they will turn to her. She's the only female candidate. Great, they will turn to her. But on the other hand, too, from the United Party side, somebody could say, well, the United Party people, voters fatigue. We're afraid that if we vote for Kotima, maybe They will do the same thing that they did to Bernie Samoka. So you know what happened? The whole Kotima man, I will not vote for him. Or United Party people, they haven't done anything in Lofa. So guess what happened? I will not vote for United Party candidate. I will go and vote for Maimu Fofana because I'm looking for an independent candidate. So you see where she could benefit. So she's a spoiler here in a very good context. And it could benefit her, like I said, very bigly if she plays a card right.
So you think she's the spoiler here, but she could potentially win as well.
She could potentially win and benefit from this being a spoiler, quote unquote spoiler at this point. She could potentially win very bigly.
Okay, so let's go the other way.
Okay.
As expected by many people, let's say the Unity Party win bigly. What does that say about the CDC? Given everything that they have invested in there, what does that say about the CDC? And I mean, what would the chances of the CDC come 2023 going to look like? You think CDC will stay campaign in Lofa County if they are flogged massively by the UP this time around again in Lofa? You think CDC will write off Lofa County and say, you know what? I mean, that's it. We're giving up.
Well, let me put it this way.
Because you're saying they will win. They can win by hook, by crook, by whatever means, whatever it takes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm asking now, what if they are flogged despite everything they've invested? It means what?
So let's first of all come out to the idea of CDC winning bigly, UP winning bigly. That will not happen. If any woman should win, the margin would be very close.
You think so?
Yes. I'll give you something very interesting. As of today, the NEC boss, Devedo Lastana, called on Lofians to come and vote. We are aware that the total number of voters per their record is 187,775 registered Liberian voters in Lofa County, across the county. So, and you are having people who are popular with the people, now unknown names. So that means the idea of anybody winning bigly is off the loop now. It's not there like before because of the contestant and the relationships to the people in Lofa. They are not people that are not well known in Lofa. So let's get that clear. However, if the United Party should win, what that says to the CDC, it doesn't write them off. What it does is they will look at, hopefully, they will consider the numbers. They will consider how far behind they were. Let's say they came second. Or let's say someone else comes third. Or they come third. Or whatever it is. Now, they'll have to look at the number. What that means is they have few more months to work harder in Lofa for the presidential election come 2023. Because that means they can go back and correct the mistakes that they've made. Now, mind you, the investment CDC is making in Lofa is not necessarily restricted to just this senatorial by-elections. No, they're also anticipating 2023 election to cut into the lead of Joseph Yuma Boaka, the popularity of Joseph Yuma Boaka in Lofa. This is the bigger picture. So in this thing that CDC is in as much that they threw their hat in there to win the senatorial by-election, to win their seat, they're also looking at the bigger picture, Mr. Kane. They want the bigger picture, which is 2023. That is where the focus is. And so the number here would inform them as to, okay, the work that you guys have done over the years is paying. You can see it through here. You are getting closer. Maybe you need to close in the gap. That will have to be determined from a strategic standpoint in how they will handle the defeat as well. So you see, so it's a two-way street for them. It doesn't necessarily mean you write them off. Not necessarily. The same thing applies to United Party. Maybe they'll have to invest if they lose. They'll have to invest more in Lofa and pay attention more in Lofa and get off the hard horse that Lofa County is for the United Party and Joseph Boaka own Lofa County. Maybe they'll have to come to terms with reality when they lose.
So, yeah, I've seen some people, provoking ANC people, talking about Kumis and this and that. That will bring me to something. The ANC and the Liberty Party said they're not going to put Kennedy there because they are the CPP, and they felt that they were, robbed out of the senatorial position because Bernie Samukai was elected by, from the CPP. So now the CPP is not in the race, and the CPP decided to get out of the race or not to field a candidate because of what happened to Bernie Samukai. Now Bernie Samukai is not only supporting the Unity Party candidate, but Bernie Samukai campaigning with the Unity Party candidate. Does that mean Bernie Samukai kind of like throwing the CPP on the bus? Okay, hey, whatever you're doing, you're on your own. That's not my business. They just decided not to field candidate, but not because of me, because I don't care. I'm supporting Unity Party candidate. You think Bernie Samukai? It is to me. CPP will feel like, okay, Bernie Samukai can't take him seriously. He's not somebody serious because we decided not to put somebody in, a candidate in because of him. Now he's campaigning with somebody else. I mean, the relationship. What does that say?
Well, in terms of Bernie Samukai, there are two things.
In fact, was it worth it to say, you know what, we're not putting candidate in because we believe Bernie Samukai stay our candidate. Now Bernie Samukai is campaigning for somebody else. So was it really worth it?
Well, the same could be said about Yeke Koluba, who is a stunt member of the ANC, a current member, and I stand to be corrected, of the ANC, who's also supporting the Unity Party in Lofa County, in as much as the Unity Party has left the CPP. Many have raised concern about that as well. I'll come to the Bernie Samukai issue, but I want to lay the premise for this conversation because it is bigger and deeper than we think. Just Bernie Samukai and just right now in the moment. I would have to say, though, in all honesty, people have the right to affiliate and associate with whom they want to. But I'll have to call a hypocrisy, first of all, on the Yeke Koluba issue before I get to Bernie Samukai. Today, Bernie Samukai is campaigning for the Unity Party. He's a patriot. He is a patriot. Few months ago, these Unity Party people and other people were insulting Yeke Koluba. So you see how they're hypocritical. You see the hypocrisy that right there. For them, if you are doing what they want, oh no, you are good. You are patriotic. You are a good citizen. Once you refuse to support them, you're bad. Or you support the other group, or automatically they attach you to some kind of group. I want to point that out because it's important for us to point these things out. So Yeke is canvassing.
So I think you can do the explanation. I think I'm having some issue with my
yours it's turned to you now.
So maybe I will come back. But we just go ahead and explain. I'll be listening to you, but you're not
right. So Paul Charles and other people, but specifically Yeke. We've seen Yeke a few weeks ago, being thrown on the bus, disrespected. A lot of people say a lot of things. Only because he supports the ANC, is part of the ANC. He was never patriotic when he would make statements in favor of the ANC or whatever it is. Once he is supporting Unity Party now, the same thing applies to Musa Belede. Few years ago, when Musa Belede supported the Unity Party, Musa Belede was not a Maningo male. He was not a criminal. He was not a rogue. But today, because he doesn't support them, he's all the names in the world. I wanted to point that out before I come to Bernie Samukai. Bernie Samukai is not done in elaborate politics. He is not done. Bernie Samukai, I believe, is positioning himself strategically. Bernie Samukai is positioning himself strategically. And the reason I'm saying that is in line with the Unity Party and the national scene. Bernie Samukai, in my view, wants to also test, quote unquote, his popularity, his influence, and so forth. He wants to do that. And so he throws his support behind the Unity Party candidate at this point, even at the detriment of the disrespect and everything he received from the CDC party for probably two major reasons. Number one, Bernie Samukai is being viewed or has been considered, has been looked at as the next in line to succeed Joseph Yuma Boaka in Lofa County on that level, popular with the people. You can take that from him. You cannot take that from him. So he has to ensure that he continues to play that role. Again, we're saying, like, bro, all politics is local or tribal, or however you want to term it as. Bernie Samoka has to maintain his root. He has to maintain his connection with his people. So Bernie Samoka throw his support behind the Unity Party, which would be very uncommon if he were to do it for another party. If he were to do so, it would be very funny. It would look funny and fishy, especially with all the ordeal he went through. So, but also, Bernie Samoka also wants to be considered as part of the kingmakers in Lofa. Because, mind you, Lofa County plays a big role in the elections, the general elections. Lofa County plays a big role. So, Bernie Samoka could possibly succeed Joseph Yuma Boakai, whether at the Unity Party level or in Lofa County or both. So Bernie Samoka is playing strategically here, to continue with the national recognition, the local recognition, and also he wants to send a message to CDC should they win this thing. That, hey, listen, you can twist arms, you can do whatever it is, but we are still here. You will still get us to deal with, especially when it comes to Lofa County, and we'll be waiting for y'all come 2023 here. So it's mostly about solidifying his ground in Lofa County. It's showing that when Joseph Yumabuaga leaves the scene, he's next in line.
Okay. So what about
You're breaking up, Mr. Kane. You froze there. I'm not sure what's wrong with Seku's internet, but he froze there. Let's see. I don't know what happened to Seku's internet, but yes. So Bernie Samoka is playing his role. He has to do what he has to do. To be quite honest, Bernie Samoka has to do what he has to do. Remember, Bernie Samoka is a politician. He's not just anybody. Bernie Samoka is a politician. But let nobody fool anybody. Let nobody say this is a walk in the park, whether it's for the Unity Party or for the CDC. It is not. It is not. It is not a walk in the park. That is not true. That myth that people used to have. Oh, Lofa belongs to this person. Oh, Lofa. No, that is not true. That is not true. Even in Lofa, as we speak, the people are sick and tired of just one tribe or one or two tribes being dominant. Other tribes want to send a representative to as well. Other tribes want to come to the scene as well, to the prominence. And I believe similar thing could be replicated in Nima County come very soon. Similar thing could be replicated. The Mano tribe could also say, no, enough is enough. The Gio tribe has been dominant. They have been on the political scene. Let's have someone to represent us as well. So these things are the bigger picture that people are looking at. Not just these every day go around and people getting pissed off because you support a party, somebody don't fall in line with you, don't support yours, so you'll get very the person, you'll take a person. You need to focus on what's going on in Lofa County. What's going on in Lofa County sends a bigger picture, is a mirror, is a litmus test for both the CDC and the Unity Party. I'm not sure why the CDC did not feed candidate in there. They decided rather to support someone else. But we can say this for a fact that, yes, the CDC moved to not support a candidate. I'm not sure why they didn't do that. But we'll see what happens. But I will also say this because I wrote it on my post, Mr. Kanye, just before your next question, that who would have known that 2019, the opposition would challenge the CDC in Montserrado, which was considered the CDC's stronghold, and took Montserrado. Who would have known? Few years down the line, whether you like it or not, Lofa County is at play. So anything can happen. This is politics. It's dynamic. It's not static. It's not static. It's dynamic. Put in the work, do the thing, and you could change the paradigm. So I believe Lofa County is at play, and we watch to see. Yes, sir, I hope you're following as well.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I want to apologize again. I don't know what kind of virus the guy Steve brought today.
Yeah, they think getting a hard time.
Giving our both internet from both location problem, and I hope this resolve the problem. I try to reset my entire system, so hopefully we should be good. Yeah, well, before I think what I'm going to do today, we're going to open a little earlier today you know, when we discuss, because I really want people to participate in this. So let's say tomorrow, by the time I did tomorrow, election is over, and we hear say, okay, CDC won the election. CDC won the election. You think the United Party will put the blame on Memo Fofana that for the loss if they lose the election?
Well, I can say this. I can say this for a fact that if the United Party were to lose the election, based on the circumstances, more likely so they could challenge the outcome.
Okay.
They could challenge the outcome. So you want to push me to say something, but
No, say whatever you think.
you want push me. You want push me to say something. So there is discussion behind closed doors as Plan B that if the United Party loses the election, they will go up to the Supreme Court level to challenge the results. There is, and so this I wouldn't be surprised if they contest the result of the election. Now, it's everyone's right to go to court, but if they were to contest the election of the result of the election, because mind you, they've already laid the premise that they don't trust the election commission. Mind you, on that premise has already been laid. So, in other words, they've already accused indirectly the elections commission, not only as a backup plan for them now winning the election, because by all evidence, they have not been doing any work in Lofa to show or to merit the Lofa's vote. All they have been depending on is that Joseph Boaga stronghold. We saw the same thing with CDC. That CDC stronghold with Lofa County and Monserrato. That CDC stronghold with Monserrato. Until CDC was challenged in Monserrato, the Monserrato fell to the opposition. So I'm saying this, and we are saying this caveat, this message clear, that you did not do the work. You sat down. The same thing we're looking at 2023. People are not doing the work to earn the voters' vote. They're thinking in their head that automatically the failure of someone else would earn them the people's vote.
We translate into a vote for other person.
Or they're thinking on the numbers that they had the past election to say they got 700,000 votes saying now somewhere in some kind of warehouse when the election kind of just go and just open it and come with it. While other people are doing, let me say this, we'll be honest, as we've always been on the show. While other people are doing the work, while other people are working, people are sitting and feeling entitled. If they lose, it is because they did not do the work. It is because they felt entitled. Let me say this. I love how the politics of Liberia is going because it's shifting gradually from this tribal or this religious sentiment to becoming open, wherein people are looking at the issues, they're looking at the candidates, they're looking at. That's why today I can say here, I can sit here today and say if you were to bring certain candidate from the CDC and you were to bring certain candidate from the opposition, I will pick that candidate from the CDC. I will vote for an individual as opposed to the opposition. You see it. Other people could say the same thing because we are not looking. This is not a party line thing. Let everybody fall in line or party mandate. Nobody's on party mandating. So we have to look at it where people are doing the work and stop assuming that you have monopoly over a certain group or you have monopoly in certain place, that your region and the other place no go zoom.
Yeah, but let me just disagree with you a little bit.
So please.
On the issue of people doing the work or people not doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about Joseph Boakai being popular in Lofa County, He won in the first round, and he won it in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Lofa was the only county that Ambassador Barker won in the second round, 2017.
Right.
If you ask the people of Lofa County where he's from, he has not done anything to merit their vote. But because many of the voters are driven by tribal connection, sectional affiliation, and party discipline, they don't care whether you do something or you do nothing. So people can vote for you. I don't know if Lofa will change and say otherwise this time around, but Joseph Barker have not done anything for the Lofa people to say, you know what, this man did X, Y, and Z for this country. That's why we are voting for him. Everybody's supporting him. Anyway, majority of the people that supported him is based on the fact that the man from Lofa. Secondly, people voted for him from tribal line, and many people that I know that are supporting Joseph Nima Boakai, they are doing it based on the men from our country. Even some of our own friends, people that I know, some of them even saying that, you know, I should not even be talking any negative about Joseph Boakai because the men from their country. So people are not voting in Liberia for the most part based on substance. People vote based on tribe, based on section, sectionalism or regional solidarity. The person from the, southeast. That's the kind of vote. That's the kind of way people be voting in Liberia. So that's what this agreement I wanted to say to you. So if you say people have been working behind the scene, you have to earn the people's vote. And the people are now, so other people are now voting based on anything. Just come from that country, they'll vote for you. You think people can change their mind this time around when they have voted the same way for the past, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 decades?
I think you made a very good point, Mr. Kane. You made a good point. But I also want to say here that the paradigm is shifting, Mr. Kane. Things are changing overnight. Things are changing overnight. It's becoming drastic. And the way it is, I don't want to hide it from you. I don't think our people will vote that way again. Let me get you why I think and believe that our people will not vote that way. If Joseph Human Boakai was so popular in Lofa that he did not need to even campaign, why would he have to need the assistance of Yeke?
But because somebody could argue because Boakai is not on the ballot.
Brendan Samoka? Yeah, but his popularity should be able to cover that now. Because according to them,
no, he's not on the ballot.
No, stay, Mr. Kane. At this point, it doesn't matter. Remember, we gave him credit for Brendan Samoka win.
Yeah.
Remember that he lifted the hands of Brendan Samoka out. And Brendan Samoka won. We did not factor in that Brendan Samoka himself was popular with the people as well. So you see, the reinforcement that is needed in Lofa County from the Unity Party end tells me that even Joseph Boakai himself is concerned. He is worried. It tells me that the people of Lofa, their eyes are opening. It is no longer like it used to be. It is no longer like it used to be. So because it is no longer like it used to be, then Mr. Kane, we have to get this thing right. Let me say this, Mr. Kane. Let me tell you this. And let me say this. I'm from Lofa County. I'm from the Bandisa. I can tell you this. Our people, their eyes have opened. I will tell you the truth. Their eyes have opened, and I'm glad that social media, the other people have come also to Lofa County to provide alternatives. That's why Lofa looks the way it looks today. It looks tense. It looks overly populated and crowded today. People are trooping in from all parts of the country to go there to show solidarity to the team or the person they want to support. Not necessarily that they're going to vote, but to the people and the team that they're going to support. You know what? Why is that? because they understand that the mindset of the Lofian have shifted. It is no longer one person, let all their follow the one group of people, or let all their follow the person. No, that is not true.
Okay,
So that myth,
so let me ask you about something that just me and somebody were talking about it the other day. They say when there's vote in the countries that are close, that are bordering Guinea and Sierra Leone, that people always truck voters from those from out of the country. That people troop, people from Guinea, from Sierra Leone. So the last time when JMB was in Foya, some people were making fun out of the CDC, saying that Thomas Fala ran away, he went to Sierra Leone. The election going to be in Lofa County. What was he looking for in Sierra Leone? You think they could potentially bring voters?
who was in Lofa? Who was in Sierra Leone?
The guy from the CDC, what's his name?
Councillor Jala?
No, your man Tifa.
He was in Sierra Leone?
Yeah, that's what they said. When they asked people, when JMB went there, they said Thomas Fala was here, but the man ran away and went to Sierra Leone. So could that be a potential talking people from Sierra Leone to come and vote? Because most of these people they got a lot of roots, and like we saw similar thing happen in Bapulu the last time, and we saw it happening in Bomi County, where in CDC trucked a lot of people to Bomi County, still lost the election. You think there will be a possibility of trying to get some people again from Sierra Leone to come and vote, since in fact they control the election commission?
Well, I would have to say this to you, that our elections in Liberia, whether from the CDC or the opposition, there has been huge speculations that there's this idea of trucking voters from different places. That has been established to some extent. Now, if this were ever to happen, remember I said earlier on that the Unity Party, based on intels that we're receiving, have a plan B or contesting the result of the election should they lose the election. They've raised two big alarms. I told you, Vice President Jose Yumabwaga spoke in code. The fact that he discredited the elections commission, that was a red flag for me. But yet he's still going to the election. Also, raising this issue of Thomas Fala wanting to truck in voters is also interesting to me. But interestingly so also, Mr. Kane, David Lasana released a piece this morning, an article, encouraging the fans to come out to vote. Very interesting things are happening.
Okay.
She wants the number, and she is projecting that there should be a huge turnout, that all of you should be able to come out to vote, and so forth. So let me just read this quick from what she said. I'm calling on our mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers who are registered voters in Lofa County to turn out in numbers to the place where you register and vote on 28th June in a senatorial by-election in Lofa County. All the registered voters are permitted to vote only once using a valid voter registration card at the center where you registered to vote. Liberians, please note that without a valid voter registration card, you will not be allowed to vote. So, again, the stage is being set. Let me say this.
That the turnout will be huge.
Exactly. So if the turnout,
Abraham too alluded to that. Abraham said he's expecting the turnout to be huge.
so if the turnout is huge, is there a potential for there to be an advantage from certain people if the turnout is huge? Think about this, Mr. Kane. Think about this.
Oh, somebody said that she said 180,000 voters.
Yes, and we read a number here this morning. We read a number earlier on 187,775 voters registered in Lofa. So that's a huge number.
This time?
Yeah, she wants all of them to come per their record. She wants all of them to come out to vote. Think about that, Mr. Kane. Just think about that. If all of that number were to come in,
that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people. Now, if there's all what we are saying here today, there's a lot of people coming to vote. Then here's a question.
But okay, I'm not cutting you off though. So, given that number, the last time when Bernie Samuka won the election in 2020, was it around 20 or 30,000 or 40?
You know what? I'm not sure on the exact number, but I think it was around that ballpark.
I think it was in the 20s. I'm not sure.
So that means
so
I'm not sure.
Like normally, by elections can always, give low turnout.
Yes, but if the turnout is big as they're requesting,
yeah.
So does that mean that they're saying potentially that there will be a fraud or that there is a fraud? Somebody could say there will be a fraud. People truck people in. Remember, they're calling the numbers out for the people to come out to vote. So, Mr. Kane, again,
I mean, anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. The stage is set. And these guys are running around thinking that they have monopoly instead of paying attention, staying focused, and being alert. You think when you shoot people in Lofa County, when you say that, oh, you hear the papa, you hear the one, they're not thinking and being proactive. What they're thinking about is, you think when you get noise makers from Monrovia to come and fill the place and make a bunch of noise, it may you will win automatically? No. You have to secure these votes. You have to secure the precincts, the centers, and everything. Be alert and oriented. Simple. Or you passing around making it seem like you own Lofa County, that you must win, that you will win. Well, you haven't done exactly what it takes to win, though. You have not. So it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's tough.
So somebody argued when I said that Barca has not done anything in Lofa, and he was voted for. And somebody said, no, that's not true. Oh, Chico, you lie. For what I can remember, many of the people that we have invited on this platform or any other platform for that matter, I'm yet to hear anybody telling me his record of accomplishment in Lofa County and what he has done for the people of Lofa County substantively that you can really point to. I don't know. Maybe it's there. But that has been the argument from his opponents, that the man has not done anything in his own county, not even his own village. That's what people said. But yet, they're still voting for him. They don't care. And that is the case in Liberia, everywhere. Once, you got somebody from their county. Look at Prince Johnson, for example. Prince Johnson does not have to do, he doesn't have to do anything in Nimba County to win. They vote in Nimba. The only thing he gets just to tell people, hey, I'm the hero. I'm your savior. Vote for me, or vote for Paul or Peter. They follow. So until our people can graduate from that kind of mindset, voting for people based on tribe. And let me just correct somebody say, oh yeah, maybe you supporting Memu Fofana too because of tribe. Yeah. I supported Memu Fofana because of tribe. I supported Darrell Dillon because of tribe. I supported Yombly because of tribe. Those are all Mandingo people. That's why I say some of you get peanut brain. Because when people talking something important, you come and just in, inject your trouble bigotry in there. When I supported DeLong, Mohammed Dukla was in the race. Mohammed Dukla is a brother. We all serve here in Famusa. But I supported DeLong the first time. Again, I supported DeLong when Sheikh Kuyate was in the race. Sheikh Kuyate is a brother. Somebody that I talked to. But I supported DeLong. That was not trouble. And I supported Yumli. Yumli that basa woman, I'm the woman. But because I supported my Fufana, I said I supported my Fufana. Oh no, that trap. Yeah. She's my sister. But I'm not supporting her because she's Madingo. I'm supporting her because of her record of accomplishment. I'm supporting her because she was elected twice by her people based on what she has done for her people. That is an open book. So that nonsense you're doing, it can't work. Me, I can't hide behind my finger. I'm not a hypocrite. I would say, you know what? I'm not going to support Miam Favana. I'm not going to say supporting her because, people are going to say I'm a dingo. No, I don't care. I don't really care about your feeling about me. If I'm supporting somebody, trust me, I will tell you the reason why I'm supporting this person. And I will ask you to support that person because I will give you good reason. You bunch of trouble bigots. You're real now. Because you always see me. I will support whoever I want to support. I don't care about tribe. I don't care about region. I'm one person who really hate voting for people because they're from your country. Voting for somebody because, you feel say the man will give you a job, even if he or she not competent. I don't do that. I support people based on merit, based on tangibles, based on what you can do for my country and the people. That's how I support people. I just wanted to address that part, Steve, a little bit, because these tribal bigots, when they come around, you got to put them in their place. They are the problem for Liberia. Because majority of them who are supporting Joseph Jima Boakai, they are doing it for three reasons. From the country's solidarity, tribal solidarity, or party. I don't do that. That's why I'm yet to support anybody. And when I decide that this is the person that I will support for president in Liberia, I'll make it clear, just as I've done before with DeLong, Mayamu Fufana, and Yomli. I don't hide behind my finger. If I'm supporting somebody, I'm supporting them. I don't care. I care less about what you feel about me. But I'll give you reason why I think this person can do the work. And we'll get there. It's just getting started. We'll get there, Steve. So, Steve, I don't know if you have anything to add before we can open the line.
Sure, I think it was very good for you to pinpoint some of these things, because some of these people, they come here for distraction, especially when you're saying the truth. They do not want the truth. They don't align with the truth.
Yeah.
For them, it's either the way or there is no way. Everybody should fall in line and support whoever they want to support.
Yeah.
To support that. Once you support their own candidate, you're patriotic. You're a good person. You love the country. You get good heart in this. But once you call out the candidate or the people to challenge them or so forth, or you state the facts, it come a lot of distractions. I say this over and over. They seem to Musa Belede.
I want to ask you something. Yeah, you talk. So now that I'm seeing DeLong, Steve Zago, the two senators for Liberty Party, are now campaigning with Joseph Nima Boakai. Does that mean the the Yomli faction of the Liberty Party going to merge with Unity Party, so that because they will not have a different party if they decide to go, there. So that means the Yomli faction of Liberty Party is now with Unity Party. That's what it
Let me
means.
say this. Let me say this, Mr. Connor. I honestly think and believe that if Dillon, Senator Darius Dillon, and other people don't govern themselves and don't reconcile the Liberty Party, the trigger of the suspension could resurface and the Liberty Party could get back into chaos. Because when people start sending different messages and different signals, it becomes a problem. As we speak now, we don't know if the Liberty Party is operating as a unit or they're still operating separately. After the last time they sent this thing to the Supreme Court and so forth, we've expected them by now to be operating under one umbrella and so forth. But also, Senator Yomi Kanga Lawrence is not in Liberia. She has not spoken to this issue publicly as to if they got her blessings. They're grown men. They have all rights to support who they want to support. Given, I'm not sure if they went there in the capacity to represent the party, especially Steve Zago. Steven Zago, and he is not Steve. Steven Zago, we don't even know what's going on with him. We don't know what he role in the party. But again, we don't know if they went there. As far as we're concerned, the Liberty Party has not endorsed anyone, so has the CPP and so has the ANC. So every other thing you see them doing there, they're doing it on their own. I'm not sure if they're doing it in the name of Liberty Party because they do not represent the party. If Senator Yomli Kanga Lawrence would have been over there, then we say we're having some kind of conversation. But I will tell them again, be careful. Be careful because the Liberty Party could slip back into noise based on how things are proceeding. I would expect them to focus on the party and stop making this about other people's party. That's my only concern.
Okay. So I was just reading something quickly. So you have anything else to add before we start taking the line? The calls.
Again, don't sleep on the CDC. Don't sleep on the CDC. Don't get too comfortable. Fight to the end. See the end of this thing. Lofa County is not going to surrender like they did in 2017.
So Steve, if the number in the election that was well contested, if the winning number of Bonnie Samuka was around 25,000, and if the number, because I listened to the Unity Party candidate saying that they will double and triple the number Brandon Samuka received in 2020, which is very unlikely, I know, because he is not as popular as Brandon Samuka was or is. But this is also a by-election. So assuming that if the number goes below that number, let's say Brandon Samuka winning 20,000 or between 20 to 30,000 votes, then the winner of this election tomorrow get less than 20,000. It can be anybody, because if you got 180,000 people registered to vote in a county, and the margin, the winning number from the Unity Party was around 20,000, and you have 120,000 people register. I now understand why you say nobody should get comfortable, because where is the rest of the 100,000 people?
So I agree with you. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that they can triple the number. Let's give them 30,000. Let's assume Brendan Samuka for the benefit of the doubt. Let's run it up to 30,000. Brendan Samuka won with 30,000 votes based on the context of this they can triple it to 90,000 or whatever it might be, or double it. Let's say they double it to 60. You still have another 12,000 vote out there because 180,000. So you see, you can be comfortable.
That means you have 110,000 or
120.
120,000 vote
Exactly.
up for grab.
Exactly. So you cannot be comfortable in this context or in this race. You can't say you are just coming. Look, the most important thing is this. Here's the strategy behind this thing. Here are some of the strategies. The way that Lasana comes up, try to mobilize the people of Lofa County to come out to vote. First thing first, the bigger picture is they want more people to come out to vote. Because the more the people come out to vote, the easier it is to have a discrepancy. You understand? Because of the numbers. You see it. So they want the motivation, they want the enthusiasm. And as we can see, there is this euphoria and enthusiasm in Lofa County to remind people to come out to vote. Coupled by the people who came out from Montserrat and other counties to push the people. So when the people come out to vote, yes, the United Party can round up this number to twice the vote. But are you guaranteed that if you're running out twice the vote, the other people are not picking up the bottom pieces that are left, which will be even more, triple or quadruple what you've pulled out? When we're talking here, then they say we hit the United Party, but these are facts.
So this thing here is going to be tough because let's talk about Mayam Fofana, for example. For the 3 votes that I can remember she participated in, she got over 10,000, 12,000 or more. So that was in her district. Then campaigning in the entire country, the last time, I think she also get over 10,000 votes.
Mm-hmm.
And playing the women card. I listened to her many times talking about this time around, Lofa should send a woman to represent. Right. Send already have one man there. They should send a woman, at least for the first time. This thing will be interesting tomorrow.
Mr. Kane, this is a long stretch. These guys are joking with this, but it's a long stretch, and it's not a joking thing. It's not a walk in the park. I can say that to anyone. Don't get carried away. Pay attention to different. It's not a walk in the park. I would not say one person will win or the person yet. No, that's not that. No. Even saying somebody got a slight edge over the other person right now, no. You can say the people that maybe Joseph Imam has a new recognition, but they're not on the ballot. And the people that are on the ballot too, guess what? They're known with the locals in the town, in the place. You see it? Both Jala, Kotima, not both, all 3 of them, Jala, Kotima, and Moyamu. All 3 of them are known by the people in Lofa.
Yeah.
So you see, especially Councillor Jala. We've said here over and over, the only mistake was CDC coming out openly and endorsing him. But also, it could be a good thing too. Because guess what happened? Maybe CDC would like to show strength. Maybe CDC will finally like to establish themselves. Maybe. You never know. Maybe their strategy could pay off. So, Lofa County, I mean, we're following, we're monitoring.
All right. You want us to open the line now?
Yes, please. I got a call here.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me get this call here. I got a call here. Let me get this call.
Well.
Yes, caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from, please?
This is the Uncovered Sedition calling from Minnesota. How are you?
Yes, Uncovered Sedition.
Yeah, so straight to the point.
Yes.
In the first place, I do believe that the Unity Party will likely win.
Okay.
But I want all of you to know that CDC is not in this election solely to win. This is just to demoralize Unity Party with the numbers. This is about number games. And if we look at the numbers very carefully, CDC has crafted a good game here. These guys, there is tribal politics. We look at the last election, Jala, who went as independent, Jala had about 13,900.
Right.
Maryland Fofana had 9,600. The CDC candidate had 7,600. So CDC is having technically, they got a lot of numbers here, even though Samuka won with 20,400 plus people.
Right.
When you look at the number that Jala got, and the CDC candidate, that's almost about 20. That is also close to 20,000. So if those two people can still vote for one candidate, it will give the Unity Party a tough time. But there where Mariam could also be a little bit of a spoiler because she can draw from both ends.
Right.
But the election is not about winning for CDC, it's just to demoralize Unity Party. And if the election is less than 5% different, they are in trouble.
Yep.
And the last thing that I was saying here, Steve, you said something about CDC losing the election. So the history about Maserati is that the opposition always won Maserati. So as for that one, yeah, you can't blame it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let me take this other caller quick.
Yeah,
Yes.
I have a caller too when you're done.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
Hey, good afternoon, man.
Are you there? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I said my name is Michael Dippison. So I've been following the discussion, and I think Unity Party is going to win, like some of the callers have said. And I will just say a few factors.
Right.
One, the first thing I want us to recognize, the margin may not be that huge because it's Lofa against Lofa.
Right.
Whatever I mean, it's Lofians all participating. They know each other very well. So the margin will not be that huge, but they are going to win because of the other factors. One, the Joseph Boaka factor. Joseph Boaka is the most respectable citizen from Lofa County as it stands. The people of Lofa respect him very well. Two, the guy who's contesting, he has his own cloud. He has his own popularity. He has his own influence and affluence because he was one superintendent of Lofa. Three, another factor, the extra political forces that have been deployed in Lofa, making a representation of the different political parties that have shared their solidarity with Unity Party. They are taking something to Lofa that the people of Lofa have not experienced. The entourage of the URI, the entourage of the loan, the going down of the ANC can, the podcast anyway. These are extra political motivation, and what they are explaining to the people, their reason of being in Lofa, I think, is just giving more juice to the already juicy fruit of the Unity Party candidate.
You went out.
Even with Thomas Farah and the rest of the citizens going there, it's a wasted effort. I'll tell you, my brother. I have a Lofian close friend. Lofa is a traditional county. If there's any money in Lofa, you can be Joe Boaka in Lofa.
No, man, every county in Labrador is traditional county. Everybody get their tradition.
No, not every county. Maserati has no interpretation of being traditional.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me say, besides Montserrat, every other country in Liberia, there's a tradition.
Okay. Now you're putting me on a point where I won't get a different position. But you guys are doing a great job. I enjoy the show. Thank you so much, guys.
But man, thank you, Michael. Thank you so much. Yeah, Sekou, go ahead with your caller.
Yeah, caller 832, last 4 digits 14441.
Yeah, hey, Sekou, how you doing? And Steve, how you doing, man? I'm following the show. And hello.
Yeah, what is your name, sir?
I'm Bruce Obakalo, and I'm calling from Kentucky, Louisville.
Yeah, your line was kind of dropping, but go ahead, sir.
Yeah,
No, your line is not good. I don't know, whatever you're using, you've got earpiece or Bluetooth, take it off. Your voice goes.
Okay, hold on for a second. Let me take it off.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying, Sekou and Steve, how you doing?
We're doing great. Thank you.
Yeah. My name is Ambrose Obakalo, and I'm calling from Kentucky, Louisville to be precise.
Okay.
I'm following the show, the discussion. I think it's a good discussion you're having. But let me be honest. If Unity Party win this election, the by-election, I'll be highly disappointed with the people of Lofa. I don't know why they will be rewarding Unity Party with senatorial seat. I understand they had it before. Some wanted or it was taken from him, but they shouldn't be about that point. We should put Liberia first and put our candidate. I'll follow the debate, and the Unity Party candidate try to embarrass Mahmoud Fofana by saying she's been there for almost 12 years. What she has achieved. That was mouth-bragging for him to ask that question when he was superintendent for Lofa County. And he can't point to any achievement that he did under his regime until he got fired. But I like the way Mahmoud scored him, and point all his negativity and all his flaws that he has in him. So I don't know why United Party will win the election because what Joseph Party can point to? You've been in politics for almost 40 years. The candidate, you have seen that candidate, or Stephen, have you seen that candidate? You saw that candidate on the video or the debate. The two they have there. Have you seen any of the pictures?
Yeah, I've seen it. I even follow some of the debate.
Yeah, that's also something to be proud of, that you're a bad president for 12 years, or you've been a horrible man, you've been managing director or agriculture minister, and I kind of say, look, the problem like that, it's supposed to still be rewarding you to be a statement. I'll be highly disappointed if United Party win that election. Jara could win it or Marimo, and who are looking Marimo. They forget the magical factor and the woman factor that she was a lady, and this is her first time contesting for that position.
Second time.
Yeah?
Second time. She ran 2020.
Oh, okay, 2020, second time. But the person who are local to say, she can pull up crowd or she can win, she could put a dent in the United Party because she's one of the United Party members.
Yeah.
She could put a dent in that United Party crowd that they're talking about. But that's all I have to say about things.
Thank you.
Okay, I have a caller here.
Yeah, one second.
So much, man. This is wrong.
No, Steve, you gotta hold on. I got two callers here before that other caller. Let's get those people. Caller on the. I think this is Sekou Dukle. Are you there?
Yeah, Mr. Kanam,
Yeah. I apologize for the long wait. Yeah, go ahead.
We're gonna go through that. 4-8 now. It's getting hard to go through.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, this is very important. We have one female candidate into the race. Although I have some different see with her, but she's in a good position of winning this time. Are you there, Mr. Sekou?
Yeah, we are here. What made you think so?
So Miami will be the victorious. Most likely, she will be the victorious because the legislature caucus, the women legislature caucus, they have a meeting already that will support any female candidate that will be standing up in Liberia. So they have their own caucus now. That you think they're doing what the judge charade. Don't listen to it. Joseph Walker or Dallas DeLon, Borchard, all they want to go to Lofa to go campaign just for one candidate. Okay, we don't have problem. You go there. But you see a female candidate who can deliver that country. Miami can deliver that country. Although we have some issue of alcohol, no problem. But she's the only female candidate. I'm asking all the voters tomorrow, all the female candidates, to put in that box for Miami for fun. We want her to go to the legislature.
You mean all the female voters?
All the female voters in Lofa County. All the female voters. If they all go one side, she'll win landslide. No argument about it. Because we have women want to vote. And what you do, and you know that man, you look at the record, you look at the candidate record. Forget about the trap. That trap, I listen to you, I put it one side, my little but you look at the vote trial records in the county. It's not just about, the person here for the party. No. What the person doing in the county? My mom has been over 14 schools in the county. Now we know her own district she came from, but go in all in the district, she got her MR there. If you don't want to vote somebody to deliver the county, they will be looking for good candidate, not tribe or religion. Please, like when people, I stop there.
Wow. All right. Thank you, sir. The trouble is nobody can really control our people. I don't know if they will ever graduate from that. Tribalism is the one of- is one of the major problems for us. So Steve, if you have a caller, go ahead and take the caller. We're not hearing you. You're muted.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Yes,
Yes, this is Ansu Dualu. I'm calling from Boston, Mass, guys. Thank you so much for the show. I just want to make a few points. First of all, CDC has absolutely nothing to do with elections in Lofa County. If you want to
We're not hearing him. Put the volume on a little bit.
supporting the candidate does not suffice for CDC taking any credit whatsoever in Lofa County. If CDC wants credit, they have to pull out their own candidates. They understand they have no stake in the game in Lofa County. But I want for you to understand something. The National Elections Commission registered in only 2 districts out of the 5 districts in Lofa County. There were only 2 districts where voter registration cards were renewed. It's an issue already that's been talked about. Most of you guys have to see it. There are publications on it already. That's another thing. And I want people to understand this. The vote in Lofa County, yes. But Steve, I want to say something to you and people to understand. In Liberia's history or in most elections around the world, most of the time, it doesn't matter what kind, people between 35 to 50% of the registered voter normally vote.
Right.
So yes, it's true. There are 180 people registered in Lofa County, but most of the time, it's not going to see 50% of the registered voters that are going to vote. So that number is not going to materialize to 180. So you're still looking at 30,000 or 35,000 to win the election in Lofa County. Tribalism still plays a big role. I heard Thomas Fowler talking about tribes, about the Bandi tribe in Lofa County, and that's ridiculous form of politics. We need to change, and I agree with you guys on that portion. But the reason why Kutuma is going to win this election is singular. The people of Lofa County felt disrespected. They're going to vote in that direction, and they believe that Mr. Wakai is the person who will tell them which direction to go. This can be a sympathetic vote in many instances, but it's not a CDC win. I want people to make that distinction. CDC has nothing in Lofa County. Absolutely nothing. Nothing to pull up a candidate. Thank you so much, guys, for the show.
Okay, so thank you. Appreciate it. Let's get this caller here. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, please?
My name is Joseph Conto, and I'm calling from Charlotte, North Carolina, sir. Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, Joseph, go ahead, please. Make your point.
Yes, I think in this whole election thing in Lofa County, Honorable Mayemu Fofana is the dark horse in this race. But the problem that she will face has to do with ACO, because ACO not supporting her as we see at this point. Mike Jabate came out and said that they had a meeting, ACO leadership had a meeting not to support her, that she threw the support behind Honorable Chala. And I think that would be the problem for her. Had it not been that, Honorable Mayemu Fofana could have won this thing hands down, because during the debate, I followed part of the debate, and she was able to point out exactly what she had done in Lofa County, especially in her district. And people from other parts of Lofa County are actually benefited from what she has done in her district. And some people want her to do that in other parts of Lofa County. She also spoke about her connection on both sides of the tribal divide, the Loma side and the Manigo side of the tribal divide, and that may put her in a better position. Let's say in the center position, to serve well. She will not be one-sided like other people might be, especially when it comes to the tribal politics in Liberia today. So thank you for taking my call.
Thank you so much, Joseph. I have
another caller here. Take that.
Yes, go ahead.
Caller, what is your name and where you calling from? Last 4 digits, 6222.
6222. Hey, that's me. Hey, Salaku Wasalamakum, my brother. And also, Moses, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you, sir.
Okay. Hey, gentlemen, I listened to...
Your name, please, sir, please.
Oh, sorry. Isma. My name is Isma. Calling you from Washington.
Okay, Ishmael, go ahead, sir.
Okay. So, I listened to all those candidates and debate and speak. And I was very much impressed with Madame Fofana. I have no fish to fry. I'm not from Lofa, but anything that has to do with Liberia has to do with all of us. She she is very intelligent. She expounded well, and she shows that she is informed. And to add to that, she shows that she had the resolution for our problems. And she pointed out that the UP candidate was, in fact, instead of solving the problems, ameliorating between people, he was fanning flames. So that she pointed it out point blank in his face. And if we're going to continue parties and tribes and all of those things are part of our existence. But it is clear that if we don't, we vote sentimentally, then we will end up with results that are adverse to our intellectual abilities. We have to vote by people who are capable, who show that they know what to do, instead of, okay, this man from my village. It doesn't work, and we have to transcend that. But actually, the candidate to put there, like some other people have said, is Madam Fofana. She will be somebody for everybody, not just for one group.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
All right.
So, folks, I think I will lost. Let me see here. Hello, are you calling to participate on the show? Or you talking to me? Yeah, I'm on the show. All right. Sorry, that was one of my brothers calling. Yeah, so folks, the last caller was saying that based on what he listened to, he think Ma'am Fofana Ma'am Fofana is up to the task, and he thinks she can deliver. However, it is not what we say. It is not what we want. It is what the voters would like to do. I want to say thank you to all of you for following. Steve is not around. He just stepped out for a minute. Maybe he's gonna come back. But if not, I think it was a very good discussion. Okay, Steve, I was about to leave now because you're muted.
Let me make the announcement and maybe we can leave.
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, I want to say thanks to our callers, our viewers, and our listeners. Thank you so much for being on with us as always. Thank you and thank you. We'll be back, if God's willing, maybe tomorrow to analyze the election, depending, because the election is tomorrow. If we get the results, we'll be back to analyze it. Or if not, then maybe you'll hear from on Thursday. Friday we'll also be back. Saturday we'll be here. Sunday, we have confirmed with Professor Larry Tupa will be our guest on Sunday. We have confirmed with him. And so we look forward to having a historical international conversation as well. I mean, now, we'll throw politics in there too. Yeah. But we want to get some historical facts, about 1980 and other things. We want to hear from him. But we also want to hear about the most recent thing and the DAL and the collaboration. We want to hear from him as well. So we'll have all of this in context on Sunday. Saturday, the guests have not been confirmed for Saturday. That's why we're not announcing it. But Friday will be on as well. Thank you, Mr. Kane. That's all I had to share. Friday, mental health and wellness. We'll have Deconti on with us to finish up the topic, abuse, domestic violence. We'll have it on as well. Mr. Kane, I'll leave it with you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think somebody was calling you because I got some missed call here. I think that was Ali Keita about.
You were taking or we got to go? Me at home.
I think we just got to leave it there for today.
Yeah, because I'm opponent dealing with me in the comment section and say I got to go.
All right, man. We got to leave it there, folks. We love you guys, and we'll be here again. So we'll be here tomorrow, actually, to cover the election. We will give you clear up, but we're going to come on the same time. Because by that time, the election will be like closing the voting booth will be closing, and we'll have our correspondent in other part where we'll get live update in real time, so that way we'll be able to update you. So don't go anywhere. Tomorrow, come here on SKTV for the election update, and post-election analysis. We'll do it right here with all of you. With that said, we want to say thank you. We love you, and we'll be here tomorrow. You have a good day.
Vito Qualité.
Samalolo, Bossy. Yeah, Jade Ken, amen. When music is Bossy or what? Jade, Bossy, the name of the music killer. Bossy, the name of the music killer. Bossy, the name. Bossy the name, Jade. Bossy the name of the music killer. Bossy the name, kwanya music killer. Bossy the name, wali yangu mango. Bossy the name, muso nyuma ungo mango. Bossy the name, mambi bolongo. Bossy the name, I envie bolongo. Bossy the name, dikitu na de. Bossy the name, boss. Just with them gabala US lana kono mo usi ni biro la chair. I am gonna ka. Wala kela nekene tu sitamala. Just with the name, but no go wouldn't gadela. I am so nyuma uyongo tela. Labi masacha lome MBP la. Vesi basini, nsini mambikono uwo dala kalambenji la bega mako boss. Wa iwe kibole diananke, olo ibala heji ko bake. Samalolo nata anfile kono beji la morovi ave afe kana ben ko bossy dene. Antonio Soare, gine against me manga yako, a bossy the way. KPC, Chico Bros movement, jati the tap, a bossy the way. That against Samalolo, na manager Mr. York, na bossy the way. Mr. Duke, na bossy the way. Azaya, ngo merci lile. Atisi yala chomo ngo bossy lile. Udi plem ngo bossy lile. Ministro ya jina lile. Journalist ya style ya bossy lile. Madam President, tumba fofana kwenye kama sango bossy lile. Seku kutuku, manifestiva chairman a chomo ngo bossy lile. Seku kene, SKTV, chomo ngo bossy lile. Kwenye kabele uruzu so kama dingo ngo bossy lile. Sa bola bositile, ya mambi sanze do bana si ala bositile. Ya telefone wali wo ban bositile. Fane dagbele ti bolo bositile. Nena fola ngo bosile ne. Na ijugun bala mo na wali la be. Wadi ko na VIP, nene muso nyuma si amasini cheli na e. Kwande te bola masini, wai bola njifala kwa mi yo masini. Kisa manga oba koshini, bo belo nena go masini. Wali bolo ate bana, gani ko ni bana aya fama ko. Rappel bana. Bena vesi pasingana, kada lena fola konga jini ngusitona. Paske ko bossy the name of the music killer. Bossy the name, kwanya music killer. Bossy the name, aya bossy the name. Jade, bossy the name of the music killer. Bossy the name, kwanya music killer. Bossy the name.